Dwight Manfredi has been put through the ringer in this season of Tulsa King. All he wanted was a little itty-bitty, very legal distillery, and his foray into that legal industry has brought him more trouble than anything else he'd done so far. Now it's personal. The Season 3 finale begins with Dwight's newly kidnapped sister, Joanne, being driven to Jeremiah Dunmire. Dunmire walks out to greet his victim. "Miss Manfredi, you can blame your blood for this," he says, before ordering his men to tie her up. Dwight and Margaret are having a blissful morning when the latter tells Dwight that Carl Thresher asked her to stay on his campaign as an advisor. Dwight tells her she doesn't need to be involved. You really don't need to go down that road. Margaret's already involved, though, and bids him goodbye with an accidentally ominous "say goodbye to Joanne for me." Dwight calls for the latter, unnerved to find her bed made, and she's not in it. "Fuck," he says, before enlisting everyone to search for her. Mitch notifies him that the cameras were disabled and he receives a call from an unknown number. He hears Joanna call his name at the other end when Jeremiah takes the phone. "Blood or bourbon, Mr. Manfredi," he says. "You up for a trade? Fair value exchange, not unlike the one you once offered me." Dwight threatens to end Dunmire, but the latter retorts, "No, it'll most likely end in your death, which I already told you I'd be there to watch. Yours is going to be unfucking forgettable," Dwight responds. Call ends, everyone looks tense, cue opening credits.
Joanne doesn't flinch in the Tulsa King Season 3 finale. Dwight has gathered literally everyone back at the Bread 2 Buck. "We're going to war, but we can't move until we know exactly what we're up against," Dwight says. Bigfoot will round up some additional soldiers, while Mitch will handle Dwight's shopping list for weaponry. Everyone receives their marching orders and heads out. Cut to Jeremiah Dunmire offering the captured Joanne coffee, telling her he's never hit a woman because, he claims, his mother taught him better. "You just burn up old men in their homes?" she asked him, unimpressed. Unable to take responsibility, he retorts, "That was your brother that created the situation that caused that event. He lit the fire in his own way." He continues his indignant grandstanding. "I've been pushed. Your brother pushed me and brought me to this place, brought you to this place." He wants her to sign over the distillery to avoid any more violence. "You can't even see what's right in corner of your face," she says. He asks what that is. "You lost," Joanne replies. Elsewhere on the Dunmire compound, Cole is dealing with the fallout of their distribution problem when a pair of his family's thugs refuse to let him talk to Jeremiah, and they won't say why. But he hears someone in there. Obviously that's concerning, but he walks off. Russell enters Mitch's car shop and picks up a new car. Back with the Dunmires, Cole finds a different route into Jeremiah's office and immediately takes the gag off Joanne and gives her water. "I can't believe he'd done this," Cole says. She says he has to get her out, and he acknowledges getting her past the guards will be hard. She suggests a call to the police, but Cole notes he's got pulled with the cops. Cole suggests she should do it because Dwight has casinos and weed already. "Give up the booze and it's all over," Cole says. Joanne retorts, "Say I sign it over. You think your father's going to let me out of here? You think Dwight's going to let him get away with this?" Cole shakes his head. "No," he says.
Cole Dunmire switches sides in the Tulsa King Season 3 finale.
Back at the Bread to Buck, Russell enters to find everyone somber. "Dunmire has my sister, and I don't know where he's holding her," Dwight confesses. Russell assures Dwight they'll find Joanne, but Dwight doesn't intend to drag Russell into his mess. "Lee, I appreciate the concern, I really do," he says, "but this is my problem, and you got to get your ass out of Tulsa before Ray finds you, and he will." Russell says he can take care of himself, and assures Dwight it will work out, with an "I got you, brother." Back at the office, Bodie is taking a gun from the safe, just in case, when Cole arrives. Bodie immediately assumes he had something to do with the kidnapping, but Cole says he's there to help and had nothing to do with it, but knows where Joanne is. Back at the casino, Russell advises Dwight that as long as Jeremiah needs something, he won't touch her. "We go and find her, and we gonna save her," he says, adding, "Afterwards, we're gonna put an epic ass whooping on that motherfucking Peckerwood." Bigfoot enters with a cadre of men large enough to make Jack Reacher blush, while Mitch's contact, Rickett the Cricket, has a military-grade arsenal for the crew to acquire. At Cal Thresher's campaign headquarters, he reiterates to Margaret how much he wants to bring her on board. She asks why he's so insistent and notes if she joins, it's for real. She wants planks on his platform, the whole 9 yards. "Margaret, you can have whatever the fuck you want," he promises, because she'll have helped him get to the governor's office. At Jeremiah's house, he has dinner with his still-tied Joanne. The man laments how his deceased wife would view his failings, including letting his son Joshua enlist and consequently die in war. Jeremiah transparently tries to pull Joanne away from Dwight to say the latter puts family last with no regrets. She asks if he has regrets about anything, and he clears the table in a rage. Back at a meeting with Dwight and co., Mitch tells the gang they need to know exactly what they'll be up against because we can't let these motherfuckers triangulate fire. Spencer arrives and brings Cole in, and literally everyone wants to shoot him on the spot, save for Dwight. "What is the son of my worst fucking enemy showing up here for?" he asks, and puts his gun on the table. "I ain't got a clue who you is, but you are one lucky motherfucker. You see that expression right there?" he asks, pointing to Dwight. "That expression usually means your ass ought to be in a box in the ground." Cole says he wants to help and Joanne is okay. He's done following Jeremiah's orders, and Russell says that Cole's telling the truth and wants to atone, so Dwight asks for paper and directs him to draw a map of the entire compound.
Dwight reveals why he's called the General in the Tulsa King Season 3 finale. Everyone readies weapons during Dwight's planning sessions. He tells Tyson they're going in at 3 a.m., so he should change out of his characteristic suit, come back, study strategy, strategy, strategy. Back at Jeremiah's compound, his soldiers are everywhere and on high alert. At the bar, Spencer tells Cole he's a good man, though he's done bad things. "That was your father working his hate through you," she says. "I don't remember one good day," he says. Dwight's vehicles roll into Jeremiah's compound, lights off. They enter silently in coordinated fashion, splitting into different teams on the perimeter. Inside, Jeremiah tells Joanne he knows Dwight is coming. He's ready, and Dwight's going to die, so she should sign. The chosen time hits, and Bigfoot's cousins immediately fire grenade launchers. "What the hell?" Jeremiah shouts, surprised at Dwight's escalation. In the multi-front chaos, they launch gas canisters inside, while Mitch, Tyson, and Russell shoot exterior guards, mask up, and head inside. "This too motherfucking easy," Russell laughs. Dwight pursues a more direct route to Joanne. Thanks to good planning and overwhelming force, they take the compound without losing anyone. Jeremiah grabs a shotgun before escaping. Dwight finds Joanne, safe but coughing from the gas, and sends her with Mitch, while Russell cleans up stragglers on the exterior. Dwight then pursues Jeremiah, rushing through the door at him and knocking him down before punching him senseless. Cut to Dwight hoisting a tied-up Jeremiah up on a winch. He tells Jeremiah about the Jesus lizard who can run across the water, which Jeremiah seems to think he can, until you make a mistake and sink beneath the surface, where a predator is waiting to devour you. He reminds Jeremiah of the Montague patriarch that Jeremiah burned alive. "It hurts just to burn a finger. Imagine your whole body burning. Now, you'll know." He sets a fearful Jeremiah aflame to burn alive, screaming, and coolly walks away. At a big table meeting at the casino, everyone's in great spirits. Russell toasts everyone, saying he'll never forget them because we raised a special kind of hell together. He also toasts Dwight and says his Tulsa success makes him want to start his own thing in New Orleans. Mitch is convinced to take the stage, but Dwight leaves when he sees Special Agent Musso. They go to their safe room, and Musso hands him the requested federal basic permit, alongside alcohol tax and trade bureau approval, and Dwight hands him the drive containing Deacon's confession. Musso says, "When I need you, I'll come calling." Mitch sings while Dwight slides into his seat, hugs Margaret, toasts Mitch, and looks pretty pleased with himself. Cut to credits ending a strong season. Here's to hoping that Season 4 is worked out soon.